Thousands of people gathered this morning in Sheffield to watch a special flypast marking the 75th anniversary of a crash which claimed the lives of 10 American airmen. The flypast came about after a chance meeting between pensioner Tony Folds, who witnessed the crash as a young boy and who spent decades tending a memorial park to the airmen, and BBC Breakfast's Dan Walker. David Silito has the story.
Normally, Tony Folds' daily visit to the War Memorial in Sheffield's Encliffe Park is a moment of quiet and solitary reflection. But today he was not alone. From first light, thousands had begun to arrive to share a very special moment.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's breathtaking, this.
And then, from a cloudless sky, the planes began to arrive. His dream of a flypast had come true. A commemoration that had begun with a chance encounter in the park with Dan Walker of BBC Breakfast.
The first thing I do, of course, is I always kiss him first.
Tony explained how, as an 8-year-old, he'd watched a US bomber, the Mi Amigo, crash into woodland. He always felt the crew might have survived if he hadn't been in the way. And so there were some complex emotions as once again he waved at the plane, just as he had done as a child in 1944.
So, exactly 75 years on from that terrible day, here's Tony in the exact same place. And who could have imagined what he's seeing today? Does this help things for you?
No, never will.
But surrounding him were thousands who had been touched by his story, including a relative of the Mi Amigo crew.
To know that today everyone is remembering him and the other 9 as well in the service that they gave, it means more than words could ever convey.
So many feelings. What a day for Tony Folds.
It started off as more or less nothing. To see how many people have actually took note, it's for these lads. They're family. They are family to me.
David Silito, BBC News, Sheffield.
Hello and a very good evening from up north. More than 10,000 people packed into a Sheffield park this morning. They were there to watch a military flypast honouring 10 airmen who died when their plane crashed 75 years ago. Tony Folds was just 8 years old at the time. He watched the B-17 Flying Fortress, known as the Mi Amigo, circle 3 times before ditching. He said the crew sacrificed their own lives to avoid crashing into children playing on the fields. Well, after a very busy day, Tony came in earlier and told me how today's tribute to the airmen was worth waiting decades for.
The claps, the amount of the clapping I got, and the shaking of hands and hugs. All the American Air Force men have given me a good hug. And of course, it didn't just end there. When it was over, and I was waiting for the taxi to take me home, every car that went past, beep, beep, window down, good of you, Tony, you know. And I've never had anything like that. I mean, it's been marvellous.
And you've done it for the airmen, haven't you?
Of course, it's all for the airmen. If I was to accept all the money that I've been offered, I could buy a car. I don't want nothing. It's nothing to do with money. It's these chaps that died for me, and I firmly believe I killed them.
Oh, no.
And I always have done. Oh yeah, I've always had that guilt, and it'll never go away.
A lot of people are surprised that you feel like that, though, aren't they?
Yeah, because they say, well, you're only 8, but I'm not 8 now. And over the years, it's built and built and built, and my ashes are going to be put on the memorial, behind the memorial, so that I can then apologise for what I did when I see them.
But what a tribute to them today.
Oh, it's been marvellous. They would have been laughing.
I'm going to say, what would they have thought, do you think?
Oh, they would have been tickled pink over it. They would. Yeah. I mean, it's the first time I know where British planes and American planes have actively come to any sort of event. And I'm proud for them, proud for them.
Tony, thank you very much. You've made your own little piece of history today.
Thank you.